Okay, good morning, one and all. In this video, the topic is loss coefficients. The loss coefficients are BMN coefficients. This method, this is a simple method representing the transmission losses as the function of real power generation is through the loss coefficient method. So, in the this method is determine the total losses of the transmission line. This is the simple method representing the transmission line losses. In this, the transmission losses formula PL equal to sigma M and sigma N PN BMN PM PM BMN PM PM and PN into BMN. This is the total transmission line losses formula. Here the PL means total losses of the transmission line, and PN and PM means the generation of source loading M and N unit output of the generators, and our BMN is loss coefficients. Here this is the total transmission line losses formula. For the two source system, the total transmission losses are given by PL equal to B in the place of M and N is replaced by the 1 and 2. So in this PL equation is the M replaced by 1 and N replaced by 1. So PN, P1 and PM place M replaced by 1 also. So P1 into P1, that is P1 square. BMN, Mn replaced by the 1 so B11 P1 square plus B22 P2 square plus 2 into B12 P1 and P2 and P2. So next, the calculation of loss coefficients for the two source system of the transmission line losses are given by the PL equal to B11 P1 square plus 2 into B12 P1 P2 plus B22 P2 square. Here IP1 and IB2, this is the current flowing to the branch network. And IL means load current. In this figure, load current. Let us consider two sources supplying the entire load. This is the considering for the one is the source, this is the another is the source is connected to supplying the entire load. By applying the superposition principle theorem, so here the sum of superposition, the current flowing to the kth branch or bth branch transmission line network is obtained from the sum of currents. Here alpha 1 alpha B1 equal to branch current by load current, and the second branch current alpha B2 current distribution factor alpha B2 equal to IB2 branch current 2 by IL load current. Here alpha B1 and alpha B2 is the current distribution factor. Now applying when both the plants are connected to supply the load current, the current through the branch B using the principle of superposition theorem. Superposition will be, what is the superposition? The transmission network is obtained by the sum of currents. So finally, the total branch current IB equal to alpha B1 into I1 plus alpha B2 into I2, where I1 and I2 are the current from plant 1 and plant 2 respectively in above figure, and alpha B1 and alpha B2 are the current distribution factor. So this is the equation of the total branch current IB equal to alpha B1 into I1 plus alpha B2 I2. Assumptions. So in this derivation, how here you make two simplifying assumptions for the deriving the last coefficient. Some of the assumptions are used to derive the last coefficient method. First one is the x by r ratio for all the transmission line must be same. So x by ratio means the reactance by resistance, and all the currents has the same phase angles. The phase angle of all the load currents. So here the alpha B1, I1 and I2 is the sum of branch currents. I1 and I2 is a branch current. The total current must be, the phase angle must be, all the branch current must be same. In the above assumptions, the current division factors, the real power factor, magnitude of voltage and phase angle at each source remain constant. So the net effect of those assumptions is the load current and the branch current, or the load current or branch current, or the phase, and hence the current distribution factor real, real terms. Let I1 equal to I1 into cos theta 1 plus j into I1 into sin theta. Here the polar form. I2 equal to I2 into cos theta plus j into I2 into sin theta. So this I1 and I2 values are substituted in above equations. Therefore, what is the above equation? Total branch current IB equal to alpha B1 into I1 plus alpha B2 I2. The replaced by the I1 and substitute by the I1 and I2 value in this equation. Then finally IB equal to alpha B1. The replaced by then I1 value, I1 into cos theta 1 plus, and I2 j into I1 into sin theta plus alpha B2 into I2 into cos theta plus j into I2 into sin theta. So here separating the real terms and imaginary terms. So that is alpha B1 I1 cos theta 1 plus alpha B2 I2 cos theta plus j into alpha B1 I1 sin theta 1 plus alpha B2 into I2 into sin theta. Here in this equation, after substituting those values I1 and I2 in this equation, separate the real and imaginary terms are separated. In this equation, both sides are squaring on the both sides. Here the squaring on the both sides, alpha IB square equal to alpha B1 square I1 into cos theta 1 plus I2 into cos theta. This one of the term it treated as a square. This is one term it treated as a square. So here, so the finally this equation IB square alpha 1 square I1 square plus alpha B2 square I2 square plus this squaring on both sides in the above equations, a plus b whole square, and then this is the whole square, a square plus b square plus 2ab, in this term a square plus b square plus 2ab. Then finally IB square equal to alpha B1 square I1 square plus alpha B2 square into I2 square plus 2 into alpha 1 and alpha beta I1 and I2. Here the term involved sin A sin B plus cos A cos B is called as cos theta cos A minus B in the formula. So here, so finally the branch current equation IB square equal to alpha B1 square I1 square plus alpha B2 square I2 square plus 2 into alpha B1 and alpha B2 I1 and I2 cos theta 1 minus theta 2. We know that P1 and P2 here, P1 and P2 here is the three-phase real power output of a power plant. We know that the power generation, output power generation, P1 and P2, the plant 1 and plant 2. Here the cos theta pi 1 and cos pi 2 is the power factor, and V1, V2 is the voltage magnitude. We know that if the RB is the resistance, the branch of the total losses. So here we know the three-phase power. So P1 equal to root 3 into V1 into I1 cos pi 1. So you get the I1. So you know the active power P equal to root 3 into VI into cos pi. So I1, you get the I1 equal to P1 by root 3 into V1 into cos pi 2. The second branch current is also here the P2. So P2 by root 3 V2 cos pi 2. We know that if the RB is the resistance of the branch B, the total losses, we know the formula for in three phases and the copper losses formula PL equal to I square into R. So in three phase, so PL equal to 3 into IB square into RB. RB is the resistance, the most factor imported by the losses of the transmission line losses, where the summation near the sigma is the summation of losses in all the branches, and pi 1 and pi 2 are the power factor angles of plant 1 and plant 2 respectively. So here the power loss formula PL equal to the sigma B1 equal to 1 to B. This is the branch 3 into IB square into RB. So in the branch current equation, substitute in the PL equation. So the finally PL equal to sigma alpha 1 square B1 square into the 3. So here the P1 square by RB1 cos square by V1 plus sigma alpha B2 square by P2 square RB by V2 square into cos square by T plus the summation of 2 into P1 and P2 RB alpha B1 and alpha B2 cos theta 1 minus theta 2 by V1 and V2 cos phi 1 minus phi 1 into cos pi 2. This is the comparing standard equation of the two source system PL equal to B11 square B11 into P1 square plus B22 P2 square plus 2 into B12 P1 and P2. Compare those equations. If the term of P1 square is the same, the remaining term is indicated by the B11. Here also P2 square is same, the remaining term is B22, and 2 into B1 P1 P2 is the same and remaining term is 2 is the same, and B12 is the remaining term is the B1. And so this is the unit of there are number of sources of the general losses. Coefficients will be BMN 1 by V1 square into cos square pi n, the summation of B alpha Bn square into RB, and BMN equal to 1 by Vm and Vn cos pi and summation of B alpha Bm and alpha Bn into RB. This is the BMN coefficients. So those methods to representing total losses of the transmission lines, the losses of the transmission lines are determined by using the coefficients. Here the unit of loss coefficient is megawatt inverse. Unit coefficient of A is megawatt inverse. Here the B1 and B11 and B12 and B22 are generally calculated for the determining the total losses of the given network for economic operation. Okay, this topic is economic operation. So what are the requirement to derive in this method? The following two assumptions. The first assumption is assumptions X by R ratio all the same of the network, and all the load current have must be same phase angles. Those are the assumptions are useful to derive the BMN coefficients